Something interesting about liver. The Talmud tells a story about this woman called Yalta who goes to Rabbi Nachman, and she tells Rabbi Nachman she has a problem. What's her problem? So any prohibition, any pleasure which the Torah prohibits us having, there's a permissible way of gaining this pleasure. And she gives a few examples. She says the Torah prohibits having blood, eating blood, and there's a permissible way of having the flavor of blood. Enjoying the flavor of blood is by eating liver, which tastes like blood. Another example she gives that the Torah prohibits eating pig, but there's this animal that the brain of the animal tastes like pig, that's permissible. And so on, she gives a few examples, and her problem is, what about milk and meat? What is a permissible way of getting the pleasure of having the pleasure of the flavor of meat and milk? And so Rabbi Nachman right away, he sends the chef to prepare a udder of a cow, which the udder of a cow has the flavor of the milk, and it's meat with flavor of milk, which the Torah permits. So at the beginning of the story, when one of her examples was liver, that for getting the flavor of milk blood, you could get the flavor of blood by eating liver. The commentary over here, Rashi, explains that why does liver have the flavor of blood? Since the liver is actually congealed blood. But so why isn't the liver considered blood? The Torah prohibits eating blood. We had last week's parsha a few times throughout the parsha. There's a verse that says, there's a verse that goes on a few times in the parsha that says you could not eat after you slaughter a animal, a cow, a sheep. You could eat the meat, but the blood you cannot eat. You have to split it on the floor like water, and you cannot eat it because the soul of the animal is inside the blood. So why could you eat this liver? This liver is actually blood. So the verse says, if you pay attention to the verse carefully, the verse says you cannot eat the blood, but you have to throw it on the floor like water. So what blood are you not allowed to eat? Blood which you could throw on the floor like water. This liver is congealed, does not spill on the floor like water. Have a great Shabbos. Have a wonderful week. Sorry.